Hi everyone, it's Mary Beth, and today I'm going to go over how you can edit the permissions on your client and also how you can view as a client. So, if I'm on a project and I have invited a client, they will show up at the top right here with a little star next to their icon or their initials. And this is where I can control their permissions after I've already shared with them, as well as view as them. Now, just a reminder that you can also edit the permissions or set those up when you do share with a client, but in case you ever want to change that, let's say you add a timeline and you want to make that visible, or you just want to see what they can see because you're curious about something, you can come here. So click on their icon and then you're going to click Edit Permissions. This is first where you're going to be able to edit the permissions on their account. You can see that we have 4 different options for pricing visibility. Fully detailed, which is actually a pretty new feature in Materio. This is going to be everything broken down. This is best for only cost plus or time and materials firms. Prices on each item is going to be line item pricing, of course, never showing your markup, and it's not even going to show any kind of breakdown on the cost components like shipping or labor. And then there's obviously the categories by total. Also, when you view by location, that'll be a location total and then a lump sum. And then there are the collaboration settings. It's just going to go over some of the baseline things that clients can already do by default in the system. And then second, this is where you have some flexibility. So the default is going to be unchecked or off for most of these. One thing that oftentimes firms might want to share here is the timeline. So you would just check that and save it. And then the last thing in your client permissions is their notifications. And this is going to give you some flexibility around what they get notified about. Most of these things are going to be within the hour or by end of the day. It's nice to get sort of an end of day report, but of course, something like comments that mention them, you might want to fire that off immediately. So this is just going to help Materio know when you want your clients to be notified about certain things. Of course, if you have feedback on this section or more things you'd want to show them, you can always reach out to us. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like to view as a client. Remember to do that, you come to the top where your client's icon is and you click View As. You'll see that this client in particular does not have a line item pricing. They only see the quantities. They do have access to the timeline and some of the selections. As you'll notice, clients never see open selections. They can see that there are things to be done, but they're not going to see the product that you're adding there. They are going to see anything awaiting approval because obviously that means you've sent it to them. And then they will see the confirm section, but they're not going to see your notes. They're not going to see any kind of links to purchase orders or anything that you get on your side of the platform. This is just going to be a place for them to reference if they need to ask questions and then also feel like they know what's going on the project. So that is how you could view as a client, and then you would just exit this. If you wanted to then change the permission sets, you could do that and then view again to get it to a place where you feel like it's exactly where you want it to be. All right, that is how you can edit your client permissions and view as a client. If you have any other questions, of course, you can always reach out to us at hello@materio.co.